Hello and welcome back to the bets.com.au YouTube channel. We're here. I'm not going to get you this time. You're not going to get me this time. Previewing the pack champs teams, the squads. So much going on in the lead up to this competition, and it's Tonga's time. They
Mm,
were there in the final last year, Jez, against Australia. Can they repeat that effort?
absolutely. With the squad that they've named, they have to be. I'm trying to just quickly bring up the odds now if they're not favourites, but you would presume New Zealand favourites, Tonga got to be pretty close there. I feel we just recorded Samoa's team. I feel Tonga are a little bit stronger on paper,
Yeah.
and with the confidence that they've brought from last year's successful pack champs, getting the win over New Zealand, and even pushing Australia. They weren't far away from winning the whole thing. So under Christian Wolf also has been phenomenal for them. Feels like he's really developed them and brought them into a great rugby league side. And look, if you've got Fonua-Blake as your captain, you're a good shot, I believe. Like, what a guy. Two massive guys. Jason Taumalolo as well. Like, some great experience. Uta Kamanu. Like, what a forward pack. Eli Katoa. Like, the names just rattle off. And probably the big one that's exciting to see this year is Halasema. So,
Yeah.
what can he do this year and follow up his amazing breakout season for the Warriors? But on the international stage, man, like so much passion in these games. It's going to be great to see it explode.
So Tonga last year, as you said, they made the final. They went down 18-0 to Australia in round one. That team list that was there included Lehigh Hopewadi at the back, Lolohea and Katoa in the halves. Fonua-Blake was there as the captain in the front row. But a great team. Kaloa Matangi on the bench. He won't be there this time around, but it is important to note that they then regathered to pip the New Zealand Kiwis 25-24 in week three. So they had the break in week two, went on week three to beat New Zealand. An Isaiya Katoa field goal in the 75th minute of the game broke the deadlock and put them into the final against Australia, which you said they went down 20 points to 14, but a fantastic effort. Um, Katoa, Olakwatu, and so many Katoas. Sione Katoa,
Yeah.
Elise Katoa, both scoring in that game
Yeah.
against the Aussies. And it's, as you kind of said, and you've said it through all these videos, it's so good to see the likes of Tonga and Samoa finally getting the representation from elite NRL talent. And
Yeah.
they're putting it to these Australian and Kiwi sides.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I've been more excited for like an international period since sort of going to the early Anzac Day games that used to be played around Anzac Day between Australia and New Zealand. That was always the hype, but then that was it. Like nothing else really mattered. The World Cup was just like, yeah. You just sort of expect Australia to win. Yes, it'll be Australia New Zealand final, or England might throw a spanner into the works. But now it's like you've got quality sides that are, over the next few years going to be able to build and be competitive against the top sides. Like, well, Tonga was even last year. So I think we're going to just see the level of international rugby league uh, reach new heights. And there's so much passion in all the islanders and playing for their countries and these early alliances I love as well. If you're going to play for Australia, play for Australia. If you're going to play for the islands, play for the islands, and then grow the international teams there. So it's going to be massive. I love this Tongan team. I think they can go long, they can shock. I was all about the Kiwis being the favourites, but I think Tonga can definitely snatch it. Like just so much class and a lot of informed players like Paul Alamotti and Robert Tuat, even Daniel Tupou. Like you've got guys that are playing great footy at the end of the NRL season and into the finals. And if they bring that form in, they're gonna create some waves.
Yeah, definitely. Tolu Koula had an amazing
Mhm.
second half of the season
Yeah,
for Manly in that center position, almost impossible to tackle. You
yeah,
see in that game against Australia in the final last year, they had 58 tackle breaks. So this is
Mm.
a team that
Wow.
is difficult to tackle. Um, you named Alamotti, but even Eli Katoa, an
Yeah.
amazing try scorer. And you
Yeah.
have now Isaiya Katoa in the halfback who has a fantastic kicking game. I think he
Yeah.
can recreate those Jerome Hughes kind of short kicks behind the defensive line for Eli Katoa to run onto and score close to the line. So I'd be looking out for that from the Tongans heading into the Pac champs because these combinations are just fantastic for mine.
Yeah, absolutely. Katoa is going to be key to that, isn't it? Because you've got that short kicking game that you mentioned, but he's also become a great game manager for the Dolphins with his long kicking game as well. So something that maybe the other teams are missing. We know New Zealand struggling with their halves combinations due to injury. We just previewed Samoa, and you've got sort of natural 5'8s playing in the halves, and no real game manager there. So is an edge for Tonga and an extremely important one.
So we did say there was a couple of new names in this Samoan team, and probably Tonga. Where am I looking? Yeah, Tonga. They're playing against Samoa. The
Mm.
compared to the other teams, quite a few debutants. Rob Toia, he made his Origin debut this year, also named here. Stefano Utoikamanu, Leka Halasema had a fantastic season for the Warriors. Vaimanga also debuting here. So quite a few guys that are up and coming, but nobody that you say, oh, they've just scraped in. They've
No.
demanded their spot
Yeah, they're
in this
class.
squad.
Yeah, absolutely. All class players, all deserve an international representation. So, yeah, they're one to watch. Going to be scary.
So they start their campaign, Jez, in round two. So they have the bye
Mm.
in round one. In round two, they'll be at Suncorp Stadium taking on the Samoans before they head to New Zealand on the 2nd of November to play the Kiwis at Eden Park. So
Mm.
a a good start or a start. They can see these teams in action in round
Yeah,
one, do some video, do some coaching, and then we'll have an
absolutely.
opportunity to be fresh into rounds two and three.
Yeah, I think like we're talking about Samoa's draw and them having their advantage if they make the final because by having that last round three off. But I think it's like you mentioned there, they get a chance, Tonga, to watch both sides, and that's so vital. You can break things down in attack and defense, and also I think in these sort of emotional short tournaments, I think building momentum is huge. And if they can sort of win their first game, win the second game, they're in prime position to take sort of that winning feeling into the next week without having too long of a break and already thinking about the off season. So, yeah, I think it's advantageous for them to miss the first week and come into the finals and just play bang 3 weeks in a row. They're professionals. It's no
Yeah,
worries until they
it's
get
gonna.
injuries in that round three and it all falls to shit. But I'll put that jinx on it straight away.
Well, it will be so exciting to follow this Pacific Championships, and we'll have all the game previews here on the bets.com.au channel. We'll send some links in the description of this one as well, so you can head over to to the site and check that out. So much Pac Champs, Prime Minister's 13s, Rugby League Ashes on the bets.com.au channel. Not to mention, Jez, NFL, NBL, NBA coming, Big Bash League, Ashes cricket.
Yeah,
So
it's
much
a
going
big
on.
it's a big summer. The sporting season is not over with rugby league and AFL finishing up.
No,
You could say
never
it's
ends
just getting
here.
started, right?
Never ends on bets.com.au. We'll see you
No
around next
way.
time.